We're here at Johnny Unitas Stadium in Towson, Maryland, and a victorious head coach Shelley Klaes-Bawcombe following a great 11-9 win. Your team, they're co-regular season champions and the top seed for the CAA. How important is a win like this to close the regular season?
Well, it's important for us because of where we've been, I mean, I told my team today, JMU's used to being at the top and winning, but to be at the bottom and come back and win is really special for this program, and they just gave this program a gift, to do it against Towson, an incredible team, a team that's been able to just pull out wins all year long, is just a true testament to how they just flipped the switch from Friday night to today and decided to put the team first.
You certainly felt it early on. This felt like a playoff game. It felt like we're in postseason already, and Jackie and Betsy agreed with that. I mean, what is your take on that they're ready for this postseason based on their play today?
Well, I think anytime they stop worrying about the result, they do a much better job. And, I think Friday night was a huge reminder that, we get tight and we don't make great decisions and we lose our athleticism. And it's just a game. So they got to go out there and they got to be willing to play in the moment and be the better team. And, I think the energy that you're speaking of is just the rivalry, Both teams knew what was on the line. Both teams were willing to do what it took to get there. And JMU comes out on top today.
Talk about reserves that really got some extensive playing time. I see that smile. Kristen Gaudian coming through with her first multi-goal game of her career. Morgan Hart getting in there for draw controls. And Katie Kerrigan scoring from what looked like behind the cage somehow. To see players that have been practice players most weeks and to see them come in and not just play but contribute, how happy does that finally make you to see that hard work and what you're telling them pay off?
It's everything, I think sometimes people think it's hard to be the player that's got the best defender on her. It's actually hard to be the player that comes out to practice every single day, never knowing if they're going to get a minute in the game. And, Katie Kerrigan, she's hardly played all year long. But we needed feeders today. Their zone was really tough, and we decided to take a risk with her, and that risk paid off. Kristen Gaudian has been so good in practice, and we're just trying to get her over the hump with confidence to be able to show what she can do on the practice field, on the game field. And today, we decided to take a risk to get her in early, to get her more touches, and it worked off, and it worked out. Morgan, she's been somebody that's been in our back pocket all last year, throughout this year, and we just needed to make a switch, her height, her strength, it's just really remarkable, and I'm so pleased to see so many different individuals make a huge impact on the game today.
Your team fell behind in the second half and went about 21 minutes or so without a goal. What did you tell them? Because there was a change coming out of, I believe, the timeout, and obviously came up with big stops defensively and some remarkable goals on the offensive third.
We made a couple of tweaks on the defensive end, just with positioning and angles, trying to take away feeds a little bit more. But we really just focused on the draw. We had been, dominated in the first half. Towson beat us 10-4. In the second half, we tied 4-4. Just trying to win possession. And then on attack, I thought that they were picking off a couple of our passes and we weren't finishing our chances. So just trying to focus them in on the details of the game. Details that are really simple and small, but like we all say in sport, it's the little things, it's the simple plays that end up winning big games.
Well, Coach, you have about 2 weeks to prepare for your next game. We don't know who we're playing yet. We'll find out next weekend. This week, it's got to be all about JMU. So how do you kind of take in this next week of practice?
Well, I think just like you said, the fact that a few players that don't normally see the field got in, I think it's going to be an energizer bunny for the team this week of practice. We just got to remember that the opponent is JMU. It doesn't matter who we play. It's all about competing with ourselves and making ourselves better.
Well, congrats on the win, Coach, and we'll see you next week for your Coach's Show.
Thank you.